Hey people, welcome to Hustle
and Love. Oh, my pen in my hand, y'all. I forgot. Love.
And today we have our first special guest. Because you know, me and my significant other, we always felt that, you know, we was the couple's couple. So it was just like a blessing today to have a special couple that also hustles in love. And I'm going to let the lady go first and introduce to our audience who you are, who you be, and what you represent.
Okay, well, my name is Sunshine Smith-Williams, but you can call me Sunny Money Queens, Sunny Money. I represent love, I represent loyalty, I represent hustle.
Definitely.
Okay, I represent black love, and I'm a representation of my king.
Hey.
So I'll throw it to him, alley-oop.
H, which stands for Holiday Williams, and I represent black excellence,
Woo.
black leadership, and black strength.
Yes. But I just have a question before we get into anything. How come I couldn't find you on the internet?
Because I like it that way.
Like, it was like, I could find so much on her, but it was like, where is this man, her husband? Like,
women can maneuver in ways we can't and get in places that we can't. I learned early in business that it's sad to say, but especially in our community. If we got a store right here, right? If we got a store right here, if I'm at the register, dudes don't want to support me. She's at the register to support it. And I mean, who could say no to this face?
right.
So,
Queens make moves, kings can't.
right.
Wow.
But the thing about it is, females might not support her, but they'll support you. If you at a register, the females will be all, they'll see her shape and her beautiful face, like, I don't even want to talk to her. But then they'll see you all suited and booted, looking like a king, like, see, because me and him tag team with that. Like, when I see the females coming, I'm like, go ahead, go talk.
Right. Charm them real quick.
Exactly, charm them real quick. Let's seal the deal.
Yeah.
When he see the guys coming, sometimes he get jealous. But
No, she like the females too, so she know how to flirt with them too. So it's real different.
That's what I'm talking about.
And
You know,
a beautiful woman to pull a woman for a guy any day.
That's
that's
true.
a
Is that
fact.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
That's true, too.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
like,
true. Yeah.
So you say she like the females, meaning cool, or she like?
I let her answer that.
I love the females.
So,
And what you...
hold up. I'm saying, for inquiring minds.
We
because,
just started,
you know,
you getting in trouble already.
Yes. You know, I'm
Early.
saying, when she say,
Googly eye, son.
so when she says she likes the female, so being politically
She
correct,
loves the female.
loves the females. Okay, do you love the things about a female, or you're speaking in the terms of alternative
Okay.
sexual
There you go with all
First
the
off, I
details.
love
orientation?
Women. I love women empowerment. Let's get that straight first. I love women. I love women
Yes.
empowerment. But then I do love them in that sexual manner.
Woo.
So I love them. But before any sexual attraction, I'm attracted to a woman's brain. I'm attracted to her tenacity.
The art of seduction.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
she has to be a go-getter before she could even try to even infiltrate, come around, or, get a little love from
And
this.
she was like that when I
Yes.
met her. She told
how
me,
you
I
feel
gotta let you know
about
I like
that?
women.
I
said,
told
well,
him
that's
that.
the.
I
I
gotta
said,
let
well,
you know I
already
like
we got
women.
things in common.
Oh,
I did
so I
tell him
like
that.
women too.
I had to let him know that in the beginning. Like, if you want to take me serious, and I think he asked what type of. No disrespect to bulldaggers, I'm just not into that. But they have to look like me, curvaceous.
Girly girls.
44 hips, boobs, long hair. I need you to look like me. I want us to look like we're shopping.
Right.
If we're with him, it looks like we're together. We're just all chilling, or
So how is that with him? Like,
You know what it is? Well,
it's a bomb for me.
we believe in.
it's not like a female with like say like if you invited a female into your relationship, like, and then she's trying to do too much,
I
like,
don't know.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. You know why? Because it's just
kinda
like
go sit down
educated.
somewhere.
it's
talk
just
about
like in
something.
anything else.
Yeah.
It's just like in anything else you do. How you present yourself, how people gonna come off. You walk in the room, dudes ain't gonna get out of line with you unless you come off like a clown.
Yeah.
And they gonna a monkey
Yeah.
always treat a piss on.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's the same thing. So how you present yourself.
I'm an
It's gotta
alpha
be a thing.
female. You exude
Same
that.
here,
So
right.
it's
It's
like,
not
you
a
know.
thing where you're
Right, don't blame me.
Right. Right.
It's not like we just loose and carefree. You gotta.
It's a
Step
mutual
up to-
respect then.
It's an understanding.
Yes.
It's like an understanding.
Right, I understand.
It is.
You gotta
But
be
you have
worthy
some
of being
females-
involved because we're a family. We're not just some couple out there experimenting. We're
Right.
well seasoned in what we do. So we're not just looking for some.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You have to actually.
You will be honored
fit
and honored to even be around us because this is what we make sure that this is a building situation. You know, this is not like like we've
We
had
might not deal with a
relationships
female for a couple years,
Right.
and we don't find anybody worthy, and then
Right.
we might have a relationship that lasts years. So,
Right.
I mean,
You have some females nowadays that, to me, they just look to come in and kill, steal, and destroy. Like, you looking good, you bomb.
Right.
They look at your Instagram, they see what you about.
Right.
They see what he's, I want her man. So let
Right.
me, and then it's like,
Right.
that's
See,
not
that's
what it's
the thing.
about.
I'll tell women all the time. I'll hear women saying, "Oh, I can't mess with him because he lived with his mother," but you wouldn't mind fucking him when he has a wife. So let's
get this clear. Let's
thi-
set this
right.
boundary.
So you have to know the type of women you're engaging. The type of women, like again, it'll be maybe a woman that might be into my husband. I have to fact check her. I have to fact check her and make sure that she's A1 because we got to make sure that she's not trying to infiltrate again my foundation that I built.
So how do you fact check her?
Oh, you got to watch. You sit back. You observe.
it's just like anything else.
So you let her think that she's into, so you can figure her out, or you just peep her from the door?
I just peep. I watch. I observe how she interacts. She might interact with my spouse on social media. She might interact with him in person. I'll be there present. Just certain things. I just interact with how they even post. A lot of people don't realize what you post and how you post on social media is a direct reflection of yourself.
Exactly.
So sometimes I'm like, you look like you're thirst trapping. I need that confident woman.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
that is not thirst trapping. And I mean, listen, we all like the likes, but it's a way you do shit. If you do it with class, I like that.
So what about the naked booty chicks on social
Oh,
media?
no, we're not
We
into
don't
that.
want that. The nature,
I don't want no
all
free shit that look like
relationships-
anybody could get it.
Right, right, right.
All relationships have to be done with a standard.
Babe, we
Whether
gotta
it be-
start trying this.
Whether it be a business relationship
Well-
or a personal relationship, it's the same thing. You set certain standards. You're not going to do business with somebody if their business acumen isn't like yours.
True.
So it's the same thing in relationships.
Right.
You going to deal with a female or with a man in your case that is not on the same thing you on?
So,
No, absolutely not.
can I ask this question?
Yes.
So then, y'all open for swinging?
No.
No,
No. No swinging?
no.
Wow. No, because I find it like, I'm like, all right, I mean, that's great. But then I was like, my mind was going, all right, well then, okay, so then technically you picked the female.
Majority. I mean,
No, not
it's like
necessarily.
50-50, right? Like the last one.
Yeah,
it
because
was
I want to
like-
know how this works, because this is
Yeah, because now I need to understand the difference between swinging, because I've never, like...
It's organic because,
Yeah.
okay, and I might get you in trouble with this one.
No, go ahead.
Get him in trouble. Get him in trouble.
A man wasn't designed to be with one woman. That's like that's a westernized theory that they put in place. And if you ask me, it's all business. There's big business in marriage and divorce.
Yes.
You got counseling. You got so many. I even think infidelity. It's all based on when you think about prostitution. All these things are geared towards married men, and it's all business. They tell you you need to be like this. This is the appropriate relationship structure, and it's something that's almost impossible to sustain. So when they do that, they setting you up for failure.
Right.
Yes.
When you live within your true nature, knowledge of self, when you know who you are, and of course honesty. So when you can be honest with your partner,
Right.
or honest with yourself, then you find a partner that's in line with your purpose and your plan, and y'all live accordingly.
Instead of trying to live a traditional standard
Right.
that wasn't naturally
I
designed.
don't believe it was
Right.
actually designed for
Yes.
for men.
No, and historically, you're right, because you know, in Africa, we come from a maternal lineage where the woman, the queen mother, but the king is allowed to have
Right.
more than one wife for the purpose of the community.
Right.
But the women already embrace
Right.
That
Brought up
culture.
those
that culture.
chosen ones to
Right.
be able to carry out the
Right.
responsibility.
And the
Queen
duties.
mother,
And the
Right.
then
connection
it goes.
of women being together is natural.
Yes,
Right.
The connection
yes.
of women. It's
Right.
organic.
But in a patriarchal society like America,
Right.
there's different. So these standards do, as he says, is a business. It's designed to fail.
Correct.
Right.
This is where
Right.
we get to cheating. This
Correct.
where we get, instead of having an understanding,
Right.
as in like Islamic cultures or
Right.
other,
African,
Asian
Asia.
cultures where you can have more than one woman, and the role is played without,
Disrespect.
yes, disrespect. Everyone is equal on that plane for that one purpose of the.
And
Yes, that's
in
deep.
those cultures, in all those polygamous cultures, you don't see a lot of broken homes, a lot of broken families.
No.
You see a lot of it's very progressive.
Yes.
They work together. Everybody flourishing, doing well. I've never seen a poor polygamous couple.
Oh,
a
no.
polygamous
No,
family.
no.
I've never seen that. Them fucked up. You ever seen a polygamous family in a shelter?
No.
No.
You never seen that. Or you don't see broken none of that going on.
No.
Another thing too, a man can impregnate as many women as he wants to. A woman can only hold for 9 months. So
Yeah.
when you reach back and you start to do, it just
Physically, we're not
doesn't.
even designed for that.
So it just doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't.
It's against
when
our
you
true nature.
understand it and you take the emotion out of it and you start to think from a logical standpoint, you start to understand that. And then, again, I love women, so it's like this is my soulmate, definitely, without a doubt. Because I don't think that,
It's about honesty and respect.
right.
So if he gets someone pregnant,
But that's the thing. You have to have rules when you do your thing.
Oh.
So when that happens, there has to be rules and what you deem what would be inappropriate. So
that would be
never happen.
inappropriate too.
that wouldn't happen.
I respect that.
So-
Because as y'all speaking, like I just thought of this on my own, like a long time ago when I was like a teenager. Like a man's role is just really, provide, protect, and they predators. When I say predator, not that but you're out there,
Yeah.
you're with
That's
other
right.
women.
Right.
And our role as women is, submit, nurture, and reproduce.
Right.
So it's like you don't get mad when they cheat, but like you said, there's rules and there's levels to how you do it.
That's
There's
right.
boundaries
Yeah.
and
Correct.
respects to how you do things.
Correct. Well, everything comes with respect.
Right. So I definitely agree on that one. So now, how did y'all meet? Because it's like y'all so in sync and on the same level. Like, number one, the names Holiday and Sunshine.
Right? Isn't
Like,
that crazy?
yes, like
Yeah,
that's so
crazy.
unique.
It's
Like, did y'all
crazy.
parents know each other or something?
No.
Actually, we lived in the same area. We went to school in the same schools and everything. We've been around each other for a long time. Never knew each other.
Right.
And those are y'all real names, Holiday and
Yeah.
Sunshine. Wow. So how did Holiday and Sunshine start this?
Well, Sunshine is her government name. Holiday is not my government name, but that's the name I go by.
But that was your name
I've
before
been
you met
Holi-
her?
I've been Holiday since I was a kid.
Yeah, he's been
Right,
holidays
see,
since
so
he-
that's your
yeah,
name.
age.
Yeah.
So how did y'all meet?
On the humble, one day, she was at the store. I was at the gas station. I pulled in the gas station, and I was with a dude that just, them dudes that be in your passenger seat.
Yeah.
Just holler at every female. you see.
Yeah, you scrub. Like they say, you scrub.
That's exactly.
Rolling out your window, you reach over and hit your horn and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, don't be doing that.
Yeah.
Man. My car, man.
Pull out the window,
Making
yeah.
me look thirsty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So normally he try to holler at every female he sees. So I'm getting gas, so I'm on my phone, and he sees her. He hops out, and he's like, "Yo, that's you." Like he just knew that it wasn't for him.
Yes.
So I looked over, and I've never been one to just be that outgoing to just approach females like that, especially when I was
So you
young.
was kind of shy.
No, I saw her. I just said, "Let me call you right back."
Oh.
Like, that's me
And
right
then
there.
yeah,
It
well,
was instant.
yeah, instant. Like, whatever it is,
And I
I'm going to
wasn't
attack
gonna
this
leave
next.
without giving me something. She ain't want to give me a number. I stood right there in the door of her car like, "You're not leaving without giving me
He
something."
would not leave without me giving him something. And see, I tell this story. This is the second time I'm telling this story, but I really was just like, no, not interested. So in my mind, I'm like, you know what? He like, you gonna give me something. So back then with Nextel, you could just give him the chirper. So
Right.
I'm like, fuck this. Let me give him the chirper.
Silly didn't realize you
I
give me the
didn't-
chirp, the number comes up.
I didn't know that. So this is
Wow.
crazy. I'll never forget it. This is December 2006 we met, right?
Wow, so y'all
I-
13 years.
December 2006 we met, and then New
Exactly.
Year's Eve or New Year's Day I get Happy New Year's, God bless, and much success. So I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, the hell is this? So I reply back, who's this? And he's like, it's Holiday. But now, mind you, I never gave Holiday my number.
Like,
So I'm saying, how the fuck did
But
Holiday
she
get my
said
number?
to me, if you get my number,
Yeah, I did. If you get my number, I would take you out on
We'll go
go out
out.
on a date.
she took me out on our first date.
exactly. Bullshit.
Wow.
It was good too. It was a good date.
So let me ask you, do y'all have children?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. How many? If
Well, I have my stepdaughter, but
Yes.
that's still before me.
Yes.
Madison and Christian.
And our son together, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Wow. That's
Okay,
so 13 years y'all been hustling and loving.
13
that's a
years
fact.
together and 10
So
years
when did y'all
married.
make it official? Like, not even marriage, but just like,
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna be with him.
So December
He
we
found
met.
my number.
Right. December we met. January he texted me. Right. Okay.
From the first time we
and then
linked up,
went-
we were inseparable after
Right.
that. We were
So it was like the
together every
first,
day
but
from
we
that.
dated. We courted.
Mm-hmm.
We dated and
Like,
courted
we
for
would
like
just-
2 months,
We would
right?
meet, go out to eat, and just talk and,
Yeah.
and just chill.
Well, can I ask your signs?
I'm a Libra.
I'm a Virgo.
Team Libra.
Yeah. Oh, so you got a good one. You gotta hold
Yes,
the fuck
she's
on.
a Libra. You're a Virgo. My father's a Virgo. I'm an Aquarius. So we're air signs.
Right. Yeah.
And so he brings you bring the down like who you are. You know what I'm saying? But you demand a lot.
Yeah, she said
Oh
you-
my God.
Virgos are never satisfied. with
Never.
Anything in life.
Never.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's beautiful to see, because I always tell people this, because when you listen to the zodiac and you be like, oh no, the earth can't mess with the air because the air is air, and they're down to earth and you're just elusive and
Right.
independent.
Right.
But any sign can work if you
That's a
make it
fact.
work.
Yeah.
And
If that person's for you, they for you.
That's a fact.
Okay, well, another question. Are y'all religiously or spiritually, motivated?
Spirit.
I was raised in a very religious household, but as I gained knowledge itself,
Yes.
I'm no longer a religious person. I'm a spiritual person.
Holiday, you gotta get to the mic. Cause you
Yeah,
was-
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
He
You laid,
relaxed.
you
That's
get a little
good.
laid back.
He don't never be laid back. He's like he feeling good right now.
Oh, all right.
He in a good zone. He
feeling
like, what
comfortable.
happened?
That's
a good
great.
thing.
That's a great thing. Yes.
But no,
Yes.
we're very spiritual. I'm definitely spiritual. I see numbers all the time. I clock in, right? I'm like, it's 11. I'm clocked
Girl,
in.
11,
I'm
11.
clocked in
I
all the
believe
time.
religion
Better play
is
that name.
man's way of controlling people through fear. It has too many contradictions, and it's just and it changes based on the situation or the climate of what's going on in the world. It's amazing how certain things that were deemed such horrible sins when we were children, they're embracing because it's lucrative now.
Yeah,
And it just doesn't make sense. Well, not that it doesn't make sense. It does make sense. It's a business. And I don't think that's what being in tune with God is. So
when you say such horrible things, what do you mean?
no, well, things were deemed such horrible. I can't say they're horrible because I don't judge anyone.
Well,
What
deemed,
works
like
for you
you
works for,
said.
like, for example, being gay. And I don't think that's horrible. I know I got gay friends.
right.
I don't judge anybody for what they're into.
But no
But
passing
the church
laws.
used to cast them
Right.
out.
Passing laws.
There was a time when we was growing up, they had to be in the closet.
Yes.
There wasn't-
Right,
there
right.
That was the
no such thing as being
exclusion.
openly
Yeah.
gay.
The exclusion
Everything
If
was
you found
period.
out somebody was gay, they might go to a different school.
It was
because,
shame.
Because
It
was shame.
So now,
Kept in the closet.
Right.
yeah, and now it's
Now it's on TV.
Inclusion.
Right.
It's inclusion.
Everything is just overly
Now-
exposed and
now it's imposed on you. Now
Right.
they're saying, listen, this is what it is, and you have to
And
accept
you
it.
have to accept it. And if you don't,
toxic
you bashing.
masculinity.
Yeah.
But I don't
Right.
think.
No,
what-
yeah,
Is it-
they
They're
say
saying-
masculinity is
that's what I said,
toxic.
right? They're
so,
saying for you,
so, yeah.
imposing it on you, and you're saying
They
you don't
say-
want that.
They say, yeah.
I'm cool.
They call it toxic masculinity. Like, people have gotten in trouble for
Voicing their opinions.
Yeah, you're
about-
bashing.
Yes.
Right.
No,
if
true.
I holler at a female and she say she's not interested, that's okay.
Right.
But if a gay dude holler at you and you say you're not interested, you're homophobic or
Yes.
Right.
You don't want to accept it
They
and
You
impose.
pushing
don't
that
say
agenda
like,
so
I'm not
hard.
you better. You don't get the fuck out my face. I'll beat the.
right.
Like,
Right.
don't
But
play with
then-
me like that.
But now that's offensive to their, you
Yeah,
know.
even
But
on
it's
these
not offensive
platforms.
for
It's
them
not-
to come at you.
When-
That's the thing, and that's where the toxic
when I
masculinity
personally don't
Right.
feel anybody should impose their sexuality on anybody.
Right.
Exactly. me
Heterosexual
either.
Yes.
or homosexual.
Right.
I don't like we just discussed what we might be into personally, but that's in our bedroom.
Right.
You will never see us publicly
Right.
imposing that unless you like say in a strip club or something like that. That's
Right,
a
if the
different
Because
matter.
I saw
atmosphere-
y'all
But you'll
at the
never
honors
see-
awards and at we
you
say what
never-
they can,
And
and I've
you'll
never got that.
Not even got
like,
the vibe
if
from
you
that.
right, never.
And that's
Personal
the way
life,
you
your
keep it. You
personal
keep it under the radar, and it's but this is
Yes,
an
because you
intimate
don't want to
hustle,
impose.
no,
That's so
no.
true.
Right.
I mean, but no, I believe that, for couples today, and that's what, when we started, because when we seen you, I just was released, you know what I'm saying, from
Okay.
prison.
Right.
And, we've been together 8 years. And when we seen, we were I'm like, all right, see, babe, that's.
We was like, we like them.
Yeah, I said,
They
yeah,
stand- this
you
was
know,
before
we
we
talk.
started our show.
Yeah.
I'm
Outta here.
like, they stand for. Cause he
Right,
kept
right.
tapping me when y'all was talking on. We say, like,
Right.
Yeah,
They
just
stand for
because
what
that's
we
good.
on, baby.
Right.
But that's
Yeah.
why what y'all
Right.
doing is dope because
Yes.
we need
Need
more
it.
of that. We
Yes,
got to
we
show
do.
more representation.
Exactly.
Yes, of the
Strong black
millennium,
couples.
the
Exactly.
millennial family, the millennial,
Yes.
because traditionally I think we adapt. That's why it's so dysfunctional, because
Right.
we try to adapt to things that wasn't really designed for us,
right.
because of, how we came up.
Right.
In a historical sense, in America. So when we try that father knows best,
Right.
it doesn't work. And
No.
every psychologist and psychiatrist said, what's wrong?
Right.
A dysfunctional family? No. Every formula doesn't make the same thing.
That's right.
So today, with all these other dilemmas here, we have to look at what works for me and my significant other,
Right.
then what works for our kids, so we all can be
Right.
harmonically in tune
Right.
to produce great kids,
Right.
to produce a great relationship.
Right.
Because choosing that traditional relationship, I don't care if you got all the money in the world,
not
it
gonna
seems
work.
like
Yeah.
it just
Doesn't work.
doesn't
Right.
work.
But you take it
divorce-
back to the root
Yes.
and you say that formula, what was the purpose of it? And it wasn't designed for us as a people.
People.
Period.
Yes,
Right.
it
Period.
wasn't included.
So when you take a society that's based on keeping you oppressed, it's always going to take you out of your nature to keep you off balance.
exactly.
So that you don't recognize your greatness
Right.
and strive to be what you were designed for. So it doesn't fit, or
But
not
that
even
you
just
serve their
us.
system.
Yeah.
The system, everything is designed to keep people like robots.
Yes,
Right.
It's
Right.
not designed for people to be successful.
yes.
There's some of us that break the mold and still succeed, but it's not for the masses. It's not designed for that.
Yeah, because white men in America, believe it or not, they did not respect women. Up until women were second-class citizens.
Correct.
To
That's a
Susan
fact.
B. Anthony
Yeah.
stood up, and because you see what Donald Trump said, you walk up to him and you just grab it.
Right.
They like it like that.
Right.
And
right.
he became president.
Right.
Right.
So look.
Sexual
business.
harassment has always been because white men have no respect for their own women.
Correct.
And on the plantation, they just did with our women what they wanted to do.
And they brainwashed and trained our people to think the same. That's why some people in our comments, she need to shut up. She talk too much. Like,
Right.
I have a right to voice my
yes.
opinion.
Exactly.
Like,
But
I'm
it's
just
because
not
they
a,
control the media, they control the narrative. So they can
Right.
kind of sweep what they do under the rug and then spotlight what we do
Correct.
Yes.
and make
Yes.
it look like
we're the bad
heinous.
guys.
But
Right.
we got this from you. We learned
Right.
from you. This is not our true nature.
Or they pay us
We poured
to
into it.
embarrass and humiliate ourselves.
Oh,
Like,
Yes.
when you speak of love and hip hop and these TV shows, where especially where they're like making black men just look,
Yeah.
like just degrading
Yeah.
black men on these
now
shows.
our
And it's
entertainment
like,
is all about how crazy we can look.
Right.
Who looks the
I would
craziest
go-
and what's
right,
the craziest
right. Who can
storyline?
speak the
you could
craziest?
come-
If you're
Right.
intelligent,
All
you're
jokes
not
is
making
on
it.
us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
But if
remember-
you be like, shut the fuck up, you're bitching.
I remember,
Yeah,
like they talk about
exactly.
Bill Cosby, but Bill Cosby had shows with historical black colleges, and it showed
Yes.
it showed family dynamic, and it
Exactly.
showed education
Yeah.
and positive black role models, and they just took that whole legacy
Took
away.
that away and made him this
Based
big
on-
rapist monster.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you got
Right.
dudes like Charlie Sheen still on TV.
Right.
Yes.
Donald Trump.
Deliberately
Right.
giving
Donald
away the
Trump.
AIDS.
Right.
I
But
mean,
that's why I said
many.
they control the narrative,
What's his
so
name?
this is what goes
The
on.
big
Harry
producer,
Weinstein.
Harry Weinstein. But
But
this
our
has
people
been
won't stand up
tradition.
and fight
Right.
back. our people go for it. Like, I think if we come together as a nation, like just our people as a culture, we come together and we stand up, we can back them down. But if just us we're talking about it, and everybody like whatever, just let them do it.
But you know what? The brainwash has worked so well that we have more threats amongst us than we do in them. You know why? Because we at a place where they're right to us. Your own people will go against you before they go against them. Like I seen a post today about the sex trafficking and it showed a bunch of black people that were just locked up for that. And you got to see in the comments. Don't get me wrong, which I agree. They say, they should all get the death penalty.
Yes,
I agree, 100%. Let's not get that fucked up. But then when you see these white kids kill people in school and do all kinds of wild shit.
And they let him out of jail.
Molesting children. Right. You will not see one black person in the comments talking about he should get the death penalty.
Exactly. No,
you know why? True. Because they scared to oppose them or say that.
To have a politically opposing view, yes.
Yeah. I mean, come on, look at the what's his name? The black guy that got killed in his apartment. You got his brother coming up hugging the woman and all kind of nonsense like that.
He always
let me had gone in the apartment and killed his brother.
Oh man, the cop had
when in Texas.
She was texting
the woman.
The woman.
The woman killed the brother in the apartment.
Let her because I'm gonna say it the same way. Let her have as a woman. Let her have gone in that apartment and done it. They'd have been sitting there the family talking about, I want her to get the death penalty.
Right.
If it was another black person, it'd have been, but
that's the perpetuation of post-traumatic slavery syndrome.
The
house nigga syndrome and the field nigga. So when we have our people make these type of comments, like this show, like right now, these are the things that we should be dialoguing, hustling and loving. Significant others, yes, we could be a strong black unit, excellence. That's why I love with Papoose. You know, he supported Remy.
Yes.
You know, he began to push that. And I salute that, brother, because he even enhanced me like, boy, you got to step your game up. You feel me? You got to stop being the womanizer because that's buying into what the system portrays. Our women is worthless. Let's disrespect them. Let's, so treat them as queens. And I begin to, at this age, I begin to just change gradually and appreciate my sisters, my significant other, my woman, my queen. Because if we don't, this is our responsibility to protect them. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when we got this platform, we vowed that this is what we're going to do. We're not going to look buffoonish. We're not going to play this game for the views and the numbers. We're going to use it to inspire,
educate,
to motivate,
empower,
and educate. That's our format. That's my format because I feel we have the opportunity and the ability to change the mindsets of this generation.
Absolutely.
That's our obligation when we have, whether a small platform or voice is a voice.
Right. And even with couples like you are, that's this great that y'all are here.
Yes.
Even to share that part of, okay, she like women and it's okay or whatever. Because you got some females younger, the younger generation, oh no, because she can't have my man. And no, it's levels to this. We can have her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can play with her and she can go on about her business when it's all said and done.
Exactly.
But we're still together. Like, our females that's growing up, they don't know that. They don't get that. It's just like they'll destroy your home quick because he slept with her. Or, no, bring her back.
But we have to get back to value in our home. We got to get back to valuing our people. Not only just man and woman dynamic, but brother dynamic. But adhering to responsibility. Responsibility is something you should take pride in. It's not a burden. We shouldn't dodge responsibility as black men.
Accountability.
The community is our responsibility. Our people is our responsibility. We can't allow our women, our children to rely on a system that's designed to oppress us. To take care of them. That's our responsibility.
And you know something?
Because that's why they move the men out the home so that us females can rely on them.
Even policing our community. We can't have people that can't relate to our people or our circumstances policing us. And this is why we have these things keep taking place.
And that's just confirmation of, we asked Jamie Foster Brown, that's the Queen Mother.
No question.
She was sitting right here. And Esha asked her, well, Jamie, how, how did you do it? She said, because I love my people.
Right, she does.
Regardless,
She
the
taught me
good,
that.
the
I learned
bad.
that
She
from
said,
her.
yes, I love regardless to what
She does.
my obligation. See, and that's why she because she seen something in her. She turned down mad major shows.
Right.
And how they get her up
Listen,
there?
she
She's
interviewed us
amazing.
when
In
he
her
first
living
came
room.
home.
Yes.
Right, when I
Yes.
first came home, she
Yes.
interviewed us in her living room.
In her living room.
But that's what she said.
loves black
Yes,
love.
men. And
Yes,
she
She
loved
loved
black
black men.
men.
Did you touch your chest?
Oh, my
did she
God.
Girl, I was
But
like,
let me-
Jamie about to steal my man.
She was like, oh, I said, Dad, I said, what you trying to take him home?
Yes.
She loved black
Yes.
men.
She
boy.
let
said,
me-
Esha, I'm going to give him back.
Yeah.
I'm only gonna keep it for a little
But let me
while.
point this out. To go back to what you said, why do I play the back the way I do? You see Jamie Foster Brown? When a
Right.
black man does what she does, he becomes Bill Cosby.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Right,
They
right.
ain't gonna let us do that.
Right.
We do that as a threat.
Right.
A black woman can show love for her people
Right. Without being offensive.
and can create opportunity and create a platform for her people, and it's okay.
But they know that.
Right.
Right.
We can't do that.
Right.
No, it's
why
not
do you
that
think
we
they
can't.
It's just that.
Why do you think they did that to
spotlight
Bill
Are
that.
you
Cosby.
willing? See, but this is and this is
Are
why.
you willing to sacrifice yourself for the cause? Because that's what you're ultimately doing.
Basically,
Yes.
yeah, you sacrificed
Yes, Jim
for the
Brown
cause.
done it.
Yes.
You feel me? Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
With many of those, because when Sidney Poitier came in, I'm gonna share a story that I read. Paul Robeson, who was a Renaissance man, like no one. He was athlete, actor,
Yes, I
orator.
heard,
I
yeah.
mean, this guy was
Yeah.
phenomenal. So they blackballed him from the industry because of his political views. They called him a communist. So at this time, Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier was coming up. He was coming up for the movie. I guess he won the Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. So the reporters got him on the thing, and they asked him. They said, what is your relationship with Paul Robeson? And at that time, we're talking about the 50s, it would have been politically incorrect for him to associate himself with a communist. His career, and they said, so what? He said, he waited for a while, and he said, he's a good friend of mine. He's a mentor to me. And you know something? He went up and he won that Oscar. And they respected him. See, because they want you to self-deny yourself.
Right.
Because psychologically it works.
Right.
But when you do stand up,
Right.
regardless what their politics is and what happens to them, because the system is designed for everybody to fall in place,
Right.
like Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
That's why when Jay-Z took the position, people respected him. Then he seen the situation, and now he partnered with the NFL and say, okay, enough is enough. Let's get off our emotions,
Right.
and now let's get inclusion.
Right. Let's get
Right.
a seat at that table so we
Yes.
can change the
Right.
narrative.
So we have to stand up
Right.
at some point, but a lot of times black people, our emotions
Correct.
supersede our
Right.
intelligence.
That's right.
But not only that, speaking out and standing up is two different things.
Yes.
Because you can say, these are my views, this is how I feel. But implementing change is a whole nother thing. And when we do things as black men to implement change, and when we put our foot forward, that's when we become a threat. 'Cause we can hoop and holler all day. And I see a lot of our leaders that I've agreed with for a long time, but I don't see the action. Okay, you have the formula, you have the theories,
Or the
you
platform.
have the resources, but I don't see you doing it.
That's theory and practice.
Right.
What
I
should
don't
come
see you
first?
doing
Right.
Should the action speak?
Right.
Because sometimes the action can speak louder, but that's what they got on Steve Harvey, who's been trying to set the tone for black men excellence. And he was good with his boys, his camp. But
Right.
then once he stepped out of line, we said, hold up.
Right. With Monique, that interview.
Ah.
That's my
and
point.
that's why.
But that's my point.
why he got
once
fired.
you implement action, you become a target.
But he should have, regardless to what, it was his obligatory duty to stand up for Monique. And if he would, they would open the doors back for her.
No, I think that when
But you know
black
what?
men stand
Stand up for
up,
her.
that's when they
But you
Bill
know-
Cosby and Michael Jackson you.
But if you
and
don't
that's
got
why a
nothing
lot
to
of
do
black
with
men
Bill
are
Cosby
scared
and
to
Michael
stand
But
up.
you know what?
Jackson.
I feel a little different about Steve Harvey.
Okay.
I don't personally agree with a lot of what he did. You know why? Because I'm speaking on even before the Monique thing.
Yes.
his views as far as the black man. I agree with some of his views, but the way he chose to express them, we got enough of society beating us down and judging us. So for you to say, use your platform to talk about how horrible the black man is and how horrible he's moving, that's not the answer, bro.
Right.
Create programs and create things to teach.
help, right.
Like I got a program in the school called King Up, teaching the boys how to be kings.
Yes.
Right.
I'm never going to use my platform to say, oh, you see how niggas is moving, you see how black men ain't shit, they doing this, that. I'm not going to do that. To me, that's not it.
Yeah.
That's not it. That's catering to the narrative, because now you got a black man in position saying that everything that they say about us is true.
But that's
But it's
why
definitely not true when you learn your history as far as
It's
the
not.
kids, because like we were
It's
saying, the
all
black
nonsense.
man created telephones, peanut butter,
Yeah,
all of that.
like
Listen.
a lot of things the black man
They
really
say the
created.
black
They
man-
just bought it from us.
They said
So the black man is really the genius.
Yes.
not only that, in every narrative they create about us is a lie.
Right.
Like the whole deadbeat dad and the so on
yeah.
and so forth. They say out of, first of all, the statistic numbers where they create the deadbeat dad things, they put also single parent households. That doesn't
Exactly.
mean,
Yeah.
excuse me, like I have a daughter from a previous situation. That doesn't mean I'm not in her life.
Right.
But they
You're
say
just not with her mother.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So they make that a single parent household,
They
even
count it
though
as a
you have
broken home.
co-parenting.
Right.
because you're not married.
Right.
So those statistical numbers don't add up correctly.
Correct.
Yes.
But they say the black man is the most connected with his children
Absolutely.
of any other culture.
They did.
So what does that tell
Read
you?
that. Definitely.
Right.
Statistically,
That's-
we're the
they-
most
they
connected with
lying.
our children.
But I think
we created damn near everything.
We did.
This-
Well, y'all did.
So
Right,
this,
right. We
this,
know.
no,
We did.
when I say the
Madam
black
we
man,
made y'all.
the black
saying-
we
woman as
made
well.
y'all.
No,
So
it's-
we did.
Look,
We
look,
did.
look, Madam C.J. Walker,
Yes,
goddamn
that's
you.
right.
Okay,
Right.
come on now.
The
First
first
billionaire.
millionaire,
Yeah,
black
billionaire.
or
right.
white.
That's
We ain't
right.
laying on Plymouth Rock.
right?
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
No, but seriously, go ahead. I'm
No, it's,
listening.
yeah, but no, y'all are like a replica, like of me and her. And I, although I'm an air sign too, and sometimes we could, get caught up in our own opinions and everything. But it's just so I can just imagine y'all dialogue, like
Yeah.
from going to bed, waking up in the morning,
Yeah.
sharing. I can tell y'all shared a lot of the same information. Like whatever you learn, you share whatever she
Absolutely.
learns, and it
Information
just
is
shows because
exciting.
y'all just are
It's
countering,
exciting, yeah.
countering off, and we're in that process now.
That's where the
Yeah.
soulmate thing come from, when you could seduce me mentally,
Right.
and I'm like this. Yeah,
Yes.
keep talking, keep
Right,
talking.
because you want to be fed.
Right, because
Yes.
you want to be
You're yearning
exactly,
knowledge.
exactly. You
You're
don't want to be
yearning
with
knowledge,
nobody just like, yeah, ma, because let's go shopping.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
not even.
nah,
Yeah, no.
that's
But when
very
you could teach me and
Yes.
help me grow,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
whole
and
different
share
level.
information. That makes
Yes.
the loving, because
Yeah.
the understanding is the love.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So
why.
it makes
We're reading
hustling
a
so
book now,
easier.
like we're-
That's like when you
definitely.
say like,
We do the same thing.
Y'all
He get
read
mad
it?
at me because I don't be. He want to take turns reading the prosperity Bible. Sometimes I be like, just read to me. I'm listening. No, it's your turn to read. I be like, no, you just read.
but that's like I was telling one of my young boys just yesterday. I said when we was dating, you know what the first thing I bought her was?
Shit, I don't even remember.
I paid for her real estate class.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's the first thing I bought. You know
Yeah.
why?
Empowerment.
Because you can
Education. I
You
needed
can
that.
buy-
That was
I wanted
empowerment
Yeah.
and
you
education.
get a few dollars, you can buy a woman anything.
Anything.
But investing in her
Exactly.
Right.
to position her to be able to buy herself anything.
A greatness.
And that's
Yeah.
what he did for me. The first thing he did, well, he did something else first. Probably he helped me move my first crib when I came to New York. But the next thing was help me get my own books published. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like put me in
right.
position to where he aligned it, and he got arrested right after that. But he connected me, aligned it, and made it happen. And
Right.
that's what like a lot of my peers is like, oh, he's way older than you. I can't deal with an older guy because of this or that.
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? That's something you
Wisdom.
can never get
You can
past.
never get past.
Wisdom,
Like,
you can-
because God forbid if he leaves today or tomorrow, the knowledge itself is
Yes.
there. You
And
know
you
what I'm
still
saying?
have
Like,
it there.
Yeah.
And you would carry
That's-
that with you through life.
That's like
And
liquid
that's
gold.
Exactly.
far more valuable than anything I could have physically bought her. And I might buy her nice things, but and
Yeah.
she may buy me nice things. But what we are to each other is so much bigger than that.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
How we build each other up is so important.
Yes, it is.
And this is
Definitely.
what the young brothers and sisters need to see right here
Yeah,
and to
they
hear.
definitely need to see
and
that,
because
'cause it's not a
they
lot of
like,
love.
oh, I'm not cuffing. I don't get cuffed or anything. And as I used to explain to a lot of the young brothers, you know, because they see me, I came in, I'm an older guy. They come, they see my wife, she young. They like, yo, homie, yo, what? They see and they be like, I said, nah, because at the end of the day, I invested. Despite the mistakes I've made in my relationship,
Right.
I invested time. When a day later, dollar short, I was there.
You invest in a good woman, she'll increase your holdings tenfold.
Yes. So at the end of the day, my return of investment, even when she looked and said, okay, he did this, he didn't, but you know something? When it came down, he was there. I can't leave him like that.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
I done fucked up so much money with these dudes, I'm sure you have. From being in the streets to
Yes.
legitimate business. How much money have you fucked up investing in a woman? Not a dime. Not a dime.
Yeah.
Tricking you might have.
Yes.
Not
But investing
investing.
in a woman, you've never fucked up a dime. How much money have you invested with dudes and fucked up money?
Ah, to this day.
Right.
beloved.
So you tell me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's
so
why I
wanna
told
know
her.
about this, because I heard y'all talking about it when I first met y'all about the prison situation. Like, I got a glimpse of it, but I didn't get the whole thing. Like, one of y'all went first, then the next one. Like, tell me about that.
She went in first and did her time.
Right.
Our cases were not connected.
Right.
Oh,
What?
okay, y'all didn't.
No.
Okay, that's why I was under the impression that y'all went
No.
for the same thing.
No.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay.
Separate cases. Mine was 2013. Came home, then had to go back in 14 and came home in 15. And when I came home in 15, he then had to go in about 7
I got
months
indicted while
after.
she.
Actually, as soon as I signed my plea, like I came fucking gonna go in and do the time. I think they came for
Yeah,
him.
they came for me.
Yeah.
But was it like related?
Not even related.
For real?
Related,
Nope.
no.
Just a
Nope.
coincidence. I guess
Nope.
that was.
They was like, yeah, I don't know what they was thinking. Maybe they said, fuck it, you know what? We know we going after. Well, they was actually looking for you for a while. They was
But that
looking
kind
for
of just
right.
like,
it was like, oh,
me
that's his
being,
wife.
Me being there for her
You've been
and her
looking for this
situation,
nigga, right.
because you know your wife get locked up.
Yes.
You all in.
Yeah.
Yes, you
But
all
now
in.
put me on the radio. Oh, there you go.
That's what we was
Oh,
looking for.
yeah.
Because like you
Right.
said, you couldn't find me.
Right,
see,
I
yo.
So
couldn't.
I've always been elusive. I've having businesses, having properties, everything's under corporation. So I've always
Right.
been elusive.
Yes.
But they always tie you to your family, even when
Right.
they got me, because I was on the
Yes.
run for a while.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
They followed her to me.
Yes, they did.
Mm.
I'll
Yeah,
never
that's
forget
his
that.
question.
I'll never forget
look,
that.
I got
I got
a
a
whole
question.
book right here. I found
Oh,
out
that
about her college.
Okay.
She graduated. She
Yup.
produced films.
Yeah.
She grew up in impoverished neighborhoods.
I sure did.
Look, not one thing says holiday.
Okay, but this is what I want to ask him, because this is a question that's asked when the tables turned. When she was in, were you faithful or
I was at every visit.
no?
I did. Hold
I
on.
didn't say the visits.
He's telling you how he was faithful.
I'm saying like she's in. Yeah, I don't know if you was getting
Absolutely
conjugal
not.
visits.
There's no feds don't give conjugals.
Oh, yo, yeah, you was in the feds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, you ain't getting none of that.
You should have asked me. I got it on the
Might get
paper.
a hug. I didn't have to. I'm going to ask him. I think
Right. Look, the paper only
personal
matter when we close
one-on-one
this book.
is
We
better
can
than
close this
reading
book. I
off
ain't
the
asked
book.
not one
and-
question in this book. It's more interested right
Yes,
But absolutely not. I wasn't faithful.
but you made sure
Right.
she was good,
He made sure I was good, and he was at every.
and you
But you
respected
know what?
that
I
from that
respected
But
perspective.
listen, there are lines of respect that have to be maintained, like
Yes.
we said,
Yes,
as far as in what you do and how you do, and permission or
yes.
so on and so
No,
forth.
but
That's-
So you gave
understanding
him
is
permission?
I gave him permission. I mean, listen, I actually left one of the
right.
one of the girls. I left.
And I
one
slipped
of them.
up. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
keep.
mean,
I
you
What do you
take
keep
mean
it
you
to
it.
left one of the girls?
Well, we was
No,
dealing
we
with
were
we was dealing with someone.
We were dealing with
So I
Oh,
told
so-
her,
well, you
you know,
had
I'm
the
go-
best of both.
I told her, well, he has needs, and because he has needs,
Right. It's-
my thing is,
You
listen,
said, look, I'm going, girl. You better take care of
that's
our man.
exactly what
Right.
I said.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's just
Wow.
what I said.
Don't go looking over here.
Yeah, that's look. My thing is, a man has needs, and my thing
Right.
is, I would rather him be comfortable with what we've already built and
Yes.
established than kind of go out there. But like he said, he slipped up, and I forgave him. And listen, I'd rather forgive my king 10 times than 10 new niggas once.
Exactly.
Wow, that's amen.
So how was it like being a woman in prison? How was that?
Oh, it was pretty difficult. It was definitely difficult. It was adjusting. First of all, when you're first in prison, you have to get visits to be, approved. So I didn't see my family for the first 30 days. So it was just very difficult. Again, it was adjusting and I used to hear phones ring and wasn't no fucking phone. Just certain different things. Like, did I hear the phone ring? And it was just like the 15 minutes having to adjust to calling and making phone calls for 15 minutes, being told what to do, waking up. And it was just very difficult for me. It was like.
Okay, well, how quick did you adjust your timing? Because, in society.
30 days.
It took you 30 days to begin to.
I adjusted after 30 days. And anything after 30 days is a habit.
Right.
Yes. So.
No, it was adjusting. It was just like.
That adjustment.
I don't think I ever adjusted.
I adjusted.
That was my next question.
It was bad. I came home. I was taking showers with my shower shoes. Like I couldn't even, because I had to unlearn and relearn.
Yeah.
So anything I
know
I adjusted to that because I had to come home and unadjust, and that's how I know.
Desensitized.
I'm an adapting person. For me, it's like
the environment. You came home, you immediately unwiped it.
And our big house, I could sleep in the car. It's no different to me. Like I'm just.
Adapted for that
like
time.
That. I'm from the trenches, so
yes.
For me, I'm geared like that.
Because
I absorb it all.
The reason I asked that question because you've been in, she's never been in,
right.
To that degree. So, and I tell people that they say that first day when you're first, it's like time. A day can seem like a lifetime.
Yes,
when you're going through the bookings, the going from car to pin, from pin to where you're gonna get stationed, and it just seems like
that's what you're actually doing your time.
Yes, it is, because I have to deal with this, and I'm sitting here and I'm really realizing that I'm like, you dropped me off. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, I'm really going to fucking jail.
Her time was harder for me than my time, and my time was way longer. Her time was harder for me because as a man, your job is to be a protector.
Right.
So to have that taken away from you is the most vulnerable I've ever felt.
Right.
Because you're not in control
of what's going on
of the situation.
And then you have the responsibility now. Her responsibility with the children, with everything, is all on
imagine
you.
Imagine paying a lawyer for her not to go to jail,
and then she
goes to jail, and it's like, yo.
Yeah.
So can I ask why did you go to jail?
I went to jail for conspiracy to utter counterfeit.
That was the counterfeit money?
Counterfeit money.
Fetty Wap.
And it's so crazy, right? Because I couldn't be in the courtroom. Because remember, at that point,
you was on the run.
Yeah, that was
so
crazy.
I remember I'm waiting for her and the lawyer to come out. I'm sitting in the car waiting for them to come out.
You was dipped down in the car like that?
Dipped down in the car. Yes.
And I remember them saying that she had to go to jail. And when he said that, it was like, what?
Everything just...
You wanted to punch the lawyer. Like, what did I pay you for?
He didn't even... Actually, did the lawyer even tell you? I think I told you. I think I told the lawyer to let me tell him because I don't think he's going to take it well. So I'm just driving back in the car and I'm like, so... I'm going to have to do some time. And he looked at me like, bitch, you crazy.
Because you thought money, that's with me. You thought money
was going to buy. No.
Was going to buy you.
Law is law.
How much for her not to go to jail?
Yeah.
That's what I said is over from that.
Right.
But I understand how the federal system works now through experience.
Okay.
So when you came home,
it don't work like that.
When I came home, he was out with me for about 7 months. I actually got pregnant immediately. So when he came home, I got pregnant.
Bang zone.
Right. Once I got pregnant, now at this time, I think he's going back and they're about to sentence him. And they told him, you got to go in and do your time. And I believe once I got pregnant, my pregnancy was it was high risk. So he was trying to secure, especially since I'm pregnant now, like, wait a minute, you're pregnant, so you're not going to be able to hustle and move how you want to move. This is a very careful pregnancy.
Right.
So I need to,
off your feet.
Right, so I have to make more lucrative income and residual income so it could be less work for you so you could take care of the new baby and the 4-year-old we got.
So to start it, because I had shelters before with a partner.
Yes.
But we didn't agree business-wise.
Right.
So I let him buy me out and I cashed out. But with this going down, I said, you know what? That was a solid residual income and it's something that she can do and feel good. Because when you when you pregnant or with a new child or
Right.
dealing
You
with
need
your
to
spouse,
know that
you
you're
need
gonna
to be
be
doing
good.
something
Right.
that's going to motivate your spirit,
And feel
something
good.
that
Yeah.
fills you with purpose
Yeah.
while making an income. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy another building, and
Yeah.
but
Oh, wow.
I had to go in too soon. So literally, we used her pregnancy
To
to
yeah.
buy
To
me
buy
time
time.
For him to
get
close
the
on the
closing.
building.
So I didn't even get to get nothing set up. She set up She was able to set up everything while I was
man,
gone.
amen.
I closed
That's
on
in
the
her
building
nature.
and just
Leaders
left the
are
rest
like that.
left the
Yeah.
rest in her hands.
Yeah. I think you closed the day before my birthday, and then
Yeah,
you went
I
in
closed in-
about a week later, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get ready to end, because what y'all got going on now? Because we gotta, we definitely
Right.
link up and we gonna build behind the scenes.
Definitely.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
question.
Because I think our energy here today and just it's something that we can make some business sense
Yeah,
out of.
queens
gotcha.
and kings.
Yeah.
We can
Yes.
build together.
Definitely.
Couples, man, because this is the first time I've experienced this under these circumstances, and just your formula to make it all work,
Right.
and it's working. I mean, it's
Yeah.
great, it's phenomenal. So you're like an example right now for me and my significant other.
So
Definitely.
you want
So-
to tell them what you got going on
That's
first?
what I'm about to say. Let's
Yes.
talk about what y'all
Okay,
have
so
going on.
right now we so you know about the transitional homes and homeless shelters. We got that going on.
Where is it? Where are
we
they?
have three. We have three. We have one in the Bronx, one in
Queens,
and one in Brooklyn.
What's the name?
Shared living residential.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so we have that going on. Dealership.
We got the car dealership,
Okay, that's
body
in the
shop.
Bronx.
Oh,
Right?
we
All right.
on.
Yeah.
Look
All
at
right.
God.
Yeah.
We got
Of
My
course.
Baby IIU investing in us,
Right.
where I sponsor education for kids from the hood to study abroad,
Right.
and also
Instruction, mentorship, all of that. We're in the
also
schools.
sponsor. I fund minority-owned businesses.
Okay.
Right.
And
So
then-
that's IIU investing in us. Then you got Sunny Legal Realty, which is our financial firm, which caters to business, personal credit, contracts, real estate, and credit repair.
Also
so that's
have
why you
my
got
real
those
estate
things.
investment company.
Yes.
Right. We have different, real
what
estate
about your
investment
book?
company.
Yes.
Yes, that
And
book
this
is.
is-
So that's a wine and
Uh-huh.
wealth series. We got 6 books.
Wine and Wealth.
Right.
Oh, this is
Right.
volume 1,
Right,
Wine and
volume
Wealth.
one. That's
Volume two
credit.
is actually
But wait,
coming
what's
out.
crazy is when I first saw that, I thought it was like an event where you talk about wealth and we sip wine.
We do that.
No, you see this
Oh,
picture.
okay,
So,
okay.
right, that's
Seminars, yeah.
seminars, but that's the curriculum book.
Yeah,
that
I
we
went
use
to the
for it.
website and I
Yes.
saw. I was like, oh, okay,
Yes.
I want
Wow.
in.
Volume
Credit.
2.
So
Volume
make
two is
sure
coming
you
out.
support-
Yes.
We co-wrote volume 2 together.
Which
It's
is from entrepreneurship to small business.
from small business to franchise.
And it's
Yeah.
step by step how they could follow the step by step and basically
Yes.
create their own financial wealth.
Right.
And where can
Exactly.
they
You know?
find you guys so
Yes.
that they can? Because a lot of people will need y'all. Like,
Okay, so I'm on. You can do www.sunshinesmith-williams.com or Sunshine Smith Williams without the hyphen, and Instagram Sunny Money Queens.
and Mr. Incognito, we're
Right.
really
No,
He's
you
the
do.
brains
I'm on
behind it all.
I'm H Warbucks
Yeah, the
on
mastermind.
Instagram.
Yep.
H
I'm executioner.
Warbucks. Okay.
And Ace
With a Z.
Warbucks, that shit when you was a
Yeah,
rapper in the industry.
yeah,
Oh, you was a rapper?
yeah. I used to rap. Yeah.
From rapper
How
to
long?
I
trapper.
actually, I still do music, but I actually have a label. I have artists.
Well, your label, because we have showcases. We have, man, we
We got
great
so many different things going on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we definitely
we
gotta
invite
link
you
after
guys
this.
out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something
yes,
going on,
yes,
yeah.
yes. That man,
Not only
phenomenal.
that,
Definitely
because
gotta
we
come
need
out.
the credit, the
Right.
business
Right.
assistance,
Yes.
knowledge,
Gotta have a
education.
couple,
Yes.
have a couple in the
We
building.
push
No,
entrepreneurship. We push financial wealth, generational wealth. We love
Yes.
all of that. Money, family, building, black love, all of that. So
Hustling and loving, man. That's what make black excellence.
So
That's
how,
what make
how
it.
do y'all make it work with the hustle and the love? Like, because sometimes me and him, he and I, we clash.
Right.
Like, how
we
do y'all
do
make
too,
it
yeah,
work?
we clash. It's normal.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
sometimes it's just smooth like butter. Sometimes
Right.
we fighting like
Yeah,
cats.
yeah,
It
well,
happens. Like,
then
listen,
we know.
if
then
it
we
doesn't
know,
happen
yes.
like that, then it ain't
Then
real
you-
love.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's not. We can't
Yes.
agree all the time.
I can't do this
Right,
no more.
right. Oh,
Then all of a
shit,
sudden,
that's every third quarter. Every third quarter, get your ass back and then go
Yeah.
lay your ass down.
Yeah.
What you want to eat?
Yeah.
You listen.
I'm
They
done.
gonna think, you hungry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a
fucking
favorite line.
hungry.
I'm a
Look,
favorite
yo,
line.
every time I'm
Yeah.
like, you hungry?
Wait,
Yeah, fucking
who
hungry.
cook? Yeah.
Who's the cook?
We both cook.
But who say you hungry?
Me,
He does.
That's what I say. You hungry?
Yeah.
That's him. I be thinking my mom, I should say his food nasty just to make him mad. But that shit be smelling so good. I be like, yeah, I'll take a little bit.
You want some juice?
Right.
No, then he hit me with, look, baby, I got the peanut. I got the syrup. I be like having my lips tooted up, like, give me something.
I'm still mad at you.
Yeah, but definitely, y'all, this is our first power couple.
Yes,
we had on the
yes.
show, and y'all don't know we've been after them for a long time. And my queen sits right here. She finally, her and the
my
king
king,
over
bro.
here, they finally gave us the interview, and I hope that y'all gained so much knowledge because it was definitely so much knowledge given.
Harmony. Yes.
And y'all can always tune in and make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment.
That's right, because this is what's needed. And as we've been bringing to you, man, the real. It's not scripted. We didn't come in here with no script.
That's right.
And it was just
I started with a book, but the book got closed.
Yes.
It just flowed naturally.
Yeah, it was just natural, as it should.
As we go, I just want y'all to know to continue to hustle.
And love.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say hi, love.
And on that note, we out. Peace.